Remember, to make this video go faster so it's not quite as boring, click on the sprocket and click on playback speed at number 2. Now,
Hey, Rook, why in the world would you think you're going to get it among people?
well, you probably can't hear that. Well, maybe you can. So you can still understand what I'm saying, but my southern drawl kind of comes out and I sound a little bit like a squirrel, but it's much faster. Hello, bcom, my favorite class. Sorry, what? Well, I mean, you know, it's like saying they're my favorite daughter. I mean, no one really believes that. Oh, my kids do? Well, yeah, whatever. Okay. Hello, class. Ha! Okay. I'm having fun. I want to give you an update on what's going on. So let's take a look-see here. This last week, tomorrow, you need to have chapter 13 and 14 done. And the reason these are important is because next week, you're going to be writing your resume and finding your job description. Now, don't make this truly horrendous, all right? I want you to read the chapter 13 to understand resumes. And if you don't have a resume, now's your chance to build one. If you have one, I want you to look at that chapter 13, and make sure that your resume is something that aligns with the author's view of a resume. And you know, I get resumes that are just one page that have 4 sentences in it, and people think that's great. Well, I don't have any, I've never worked. Well, you better make something up, and there's a section in that chapter that says if you haven't worked, what kind of resume can you have? And it's really an abilities resume. And if there's not enough information there, go look for that on the interweb. Yeah. And get a good resume outline together. I'll help you work on that. And it's okay in the notes when you submit your resume, please submit them in a Word document. Don't submit them as a PDF because they're harder to change. In a Word document, I can go in, make notes, make changes, and send those back to you much easier. I don't put that in the instructions, but I'm telling you now that it works for me if you just give me a Word document. In the notes to instructor, you can say, you know, I've only had one job, blah, blah. I mean, you can tell me what you want out of the resume, and I will look at it that way. But again, that is due next week along with your job description. Now, a job description, for some reason, some students think that I want them to make it up. No, I want you to go out, and I'm pretty sure it says this in the instructions, and find a job description that is like the job that you want. Does it have to be the same job? No. But it kind of makes sense that if you want a job in sales, that you go out and find a job in sales that matches the criteria that you're looking for and put that in for your homework or for your assignment. One of the things that I don't say in the actual instructions, but we will do it sooner or later, is I want you, if you think about this, I'd like you to highlight the things that you do really well in those instructions. So a lot of times you can download a PDF. You can take that PDF and Adobe will let you highlight things, then highlight the things that you do well in that job description. If you don't highlight a lot of things, you probably don't need to be doing that job. And again, this is not in the instructions. This is going to come out when we talk about our secrets, the interview secrets that we're going to have in a few weeks. Well, it's probably longer than that. And from both of my classes, I've got about 19 out of the 30 or 28 that have already signed up. What I'm going to do next week is just pick a couple of times that works for the, 90% of the people, and I'm going to announce that. and those are the interview slots that will, or not interview, but the conversation slots that we have. I'll put a outline of what I'll be talking about in that announcement and email, and give you chances. There should be enough chances, and I'm going to announce both sets of, I think there's two, yeah, both sets of A through M and then N through Z or whatever. So if you can't make the A times, you can make the N through Z times. Now, this is not for some reason, everybody says, oh, well, if I can do that, can I go to the later one because of some BS reason? No, you've got to show me that you have work to do or a real reason to switch slots, because most people want to put it off as long as they can. This is not a reason for me giving you a bad grade. So don't just change your times willy-nilly, okay? This is going to be something that hopefully you're going to carry along with you for the rest of your life. And I'm finally going to teach you the secrets of interviews that no one's ever said anything to you, because you never get any feedback anymore. So this is the best part of the class. Now, the actual interviews that we will have will be later in the semester. They start off on March the 29th. And I will be sending out sign-up times for that. My goal is to have 3 or 4 people in a group, and since I don't have to go through this preamble of giving you the secrets, it should be a lot simpler. And I'm going to put an hour for 3 or 4 people, and that should work out and be much better for me, because I usually get 1 or 2 stragglers that didn't go through the preamble, and I'd have to spend 2 hours with them just for one person, and that's what I'm trying to get rid of. I want to do the preamble first and give you all those notes, and then we can have individual, 3 or 4 people at one time interview processes. And if I have to do a one-off, like I'm sure I will, somebody will get down to the end of the semester, oh, I forgot to do this, can I do it? It's worth 50 points. Yeah, okay. So I will get that out to you within the next week. Let's see, what else? The important thing on your resume is that when you post it, here, I'll go through here, your resume, here we go. Read the instructions. It's really a hard thing to do. You click on the resume submittal, and then you go down and you browse your computer, because I do want it, instead of a PDF, I really do want it in a Word document. If you, for some weird reason, don't have Word, that's kind of strange, because as an online student, or a student, you get free Word, Excel, everything else by being a part of TCC as a student. So if you haven't downloaded that, you need to do it. You need to Google that. It just pops right up. Or you can copy and paste your submission, but that doesn't work very well. So I would really tell you not to do that, because part of what I'm going to be looking at is the formatting of your resume. So all you do is click here, make sure it's attached, and then send it off. If you want to leave me a comment, here's the place to do it. Just write me a comment that says, I don't have a lot of experience, but I got a lot of willpower, or whatever. That's great. Then you hit send. Okay, I believe that's it for the update. Things are about to get interesting now that we're going to start doing our live conversation. And that's usually when I get a lot of feedback that the students really enjoy the class. So hopefully that'll be the way it happens this year or this semester. This is something new for me, and I'm splitting up the interview from the preamble, the secrets conversation. So I hope that works out better for all of us. All right, I wish you well, and we'll talk soon.